The following is a presentation of the Reviewing Network Sports. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to day number 2 of the Reviewing Network Live Madden 26 tournament. Day 1 was a successful day where we had two good games overall for the most part, especially the second half of our game. Well, let's be honest, the first game was kind of a blowout for the most part, but the second game really was the winner with, it started off like a blowout, but then all of a sudden, in the second half, Minnesota just came rocking and rolling and made it a close game where they could have easily won that game, but Tampa Bay won, Detroit won, and they are playing today to figure out who is going to the Elite Eight. 3 games today, 3 games tomorrow, 2 games next week. The winners of those games advance to the Elite Eight in 2 weeks' time. 2 weeks' time. I just got that right. But, today we are going to start it off here with the Detroit Lions going to Vegas to take on the number 1 pick in the draft this year, the Las Vegas Raiders. So let's not waste any more time. Let's get out to Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis and get this day started right here on the Reviewing Network Live.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada, where the memorial torch honoring legendary owner Al Davis has just been lit, and we are set for football at Allegiant Stadium. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Las Vegas Raiders! And off we go from Las Vegas. Oh, look at the juke. And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
And at one point, the ascension of Jared Goff was really, really strong. Back-to-back Pro Bowls, took his team to the Super Bowl, and came really within 1 quarter of winning it. But since that time, he's had bouts of inconsistency, and that's been the struggle for him as he tries to get back to the form he showed earlier in his career.
Going underneath, Gibbs has it. 5 yards on the game's first play, second down.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll fake the give. Now Goff. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Just a gain, a couple there. And now it's 3rd and 3.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
That's good for a first down, his second catch of the opening drive.
An 8-yard pickup.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Yeah, that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before that he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Gibbs. And he'll get it down here to the 43. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. They clearly wanted to come out, Charles, and be aggressive throwing the football, and they've been pretty efficient along with that aggressiveness. He's now 4 of 4 on this opening drive.
Yeah, and that's led to a fresh set of downs. I like what he's doing back there. You can tell he's at ease, feels good about what he's doing. I think if I'm the play caller, I'm reading that, I'm continuing to let him throw the football.
He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down. They'll send the tight end in motion. Goff now looking to throw. He went backwards 7 yards, setting up a tough third down.
A 7-yard loss brings up third down.
Now they're coming up on play number 8 of this opening drive, but they're looking at a 3rd and long. Now it's Goff. This pass down the field for Gibbs. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You get a sense of what this game plan might be. They think they can take a few home run shots against this defense. They tried it there on the opening drive, but that ball's incomplete.
Jack Fox out to punt here on 4th down. Back deep for the Raiders is Trey Tucker. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And they're led out by their mobile quarterback out of West Virginia. It's Geno Smith.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
That would complete to Trey Tucker. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved. Able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guys. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. It's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And it'll be second down. Now Smith. Looking for Lockett, and he's got him working his way free across the middle. 7 yards there and a first down.
From their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where a play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, got that dagger play, got that play, just finish him off right now, because I think they'd love to get that big advantage early.
Tackle there by Alex Anzalone.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 32-yard line. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
First down. First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
From the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. Mayer there to bring it in. And he is going to lose yardage here. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's second down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now Smith. He'll get this out to Genty. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now Gino. And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now fourth down.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's fourth down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3.
A 44-yard attempt.
Carlson able to put this one through. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So a pretty good opening drive. That'll make the home fans somewhat happy. They won in 6, but they got 3 in the early lead.
And they should be happy. The guys look good getting down the field. That's got to give them a little bit of hope that good things are in store here today for them.
After the main field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Goff now to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
Now it's second and 10. Here's Goff. That throw taken in by Jamison Williams. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area, and after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
2 yards still to go. 3rd down now. Back to throw. Goff. He'll get that complete to the rookie from Arkansas. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That's good. For a Lions first down. 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
That's his first catch of the game, and an impressive one against multiple defenders.
And how about that start? Really aggressive. Yeah, there was double coverage out there, but that didn't stop them at all. They went right at it and defeated it on that play.
And he'll get what he can at the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring him second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. And search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Goff now looks to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line.
It's a gain of 18.
18 yards, a big pickup there on third down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Quick toss by Goff is complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. Here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Off play action. Here's Goff. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They've been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. Able to power through. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This is caught by Williams. So he stopped for no gain. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Bates' kick is good. And that will tie us at 3-3. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
All we've had so far, 3-3 now as the kick is away. They juked him. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. And last time able to get 3. That's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Throwing now is Geno. Now he'll tuck this and run. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
That's an early scramble to be viewed positively by either side. From the offensive point of view, it begins to establish it as a possibility to keep it on certain plays. And defensively, they avoided giving up a huge play in one of their first tests in containing a quarterback on the run.
Geno now to throw. They'll lock him with a grab over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind down the first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Off of play action, here's Smith. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
I think the last two plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football. But how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those two that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. On first down, it's Genty. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Raiders first down.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Right back to Genty on first down. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Taken down on the play by Aiden Hutchinson. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
And he stopped immediately there. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
From the gun on third down, Smith. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Detroit was up for the challenge through the air. They force a 4th down.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Daniel Carlson for the Raider field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. And they will take the lead here in this battle of field goals at 6-3. So we're trading first-half field goals. No breakthrough on the touchdown front. Got a 6-3 game.
Yeah, and I know so many people look at a game through offensive eyes, right? They want to see how the game's played that way. You know how I'm going to view it, right? The defenses, to me, have responded well in this game. Like what I'm seeing from them, both of them hoping to keep it to field goals and not give up big touchdowns.
So all field goals so far, 6-3-yard score as the kick is away. Powering forward. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not.
And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, 77 yards. And the Lions are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
The extra point splits the uprights. And that will make this a 4-point game. 10-6 the score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Begin the second quarter as they've got it as we resume action. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Oh, what a move. The Raiders now set to get the football back. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. Smith. That's caught by Tucker. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5 at the 30-yard line.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a second and 5. Gino going to hand it to Genty. Evades the tackler and now some space. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
3rd and 2. They'll try to run for it with Genty. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Back deep, Khalif Raymond. This is taken at the 23. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And the Lions will take over. Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back. And that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start things off with a give to Gibbs. And he lost the football. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
Remember in preseason when we went to different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. Now they're about to come up on drive number 4, but so far just 2 field goals on drives 1 through 3.
Wondering if the head coach has talked with his offensive coordinator and said, look, let's go ahead and press this a little bit. I'm giving you 4 downs on just about every occasion to try and get this offense kick-started and have it culminate in touchdowns. Maybe someday to press it a little bit. This might be the case.
Following the fumble recovery, Smith. Short throw caught by Bowers. And he's down into the red zone at the 15 after a gain of 15. 1st and 10.
And this was a nice example of the offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
That's to Bowers once again. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
That's another Las Vegas 1st down.
Well, they've certainly not shied away from throwing the football as they've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Genty. He's going absolutely nowhere as he is hit behind the line. So play 3 of the drive not as successful. They go backwards after those 2 1st down gains.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now it's Smith. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ashton Jeanty, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Raiders are able to move back in front. CD, you know he's got great options at wide receiver, tight end, but there he looks to the backfield, and it results in a touchdown.
I love how you laid that out. So many options. You maybe forget about some of the ones that you should be covering. And they made them pay with that one, didn't they? You forget about the guys in the backfield, they're eligible too.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that gives him a 3-point lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a Las Vegas touchdown. Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. But Jahmyr Gibbs and the rest of the offense headed back out.
He's had it working pretty well here in this first half up until that last drive when he put it on the turf, Charles.
So I don't think they want to overreact to that fumble, because now you've got a guy that's played so well. You don't want to take him and limit his effectiveness by worrying about it too much. But it wouldn't surprise me at all if we saw him next week at meetings. He'd have a football with him at all times.
Play action. It's gone. Keeps him nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders have recovered.
Whenever I see a team turn it over on back-to-back drives, fumbles on the last two, I know one person's blood pressure who is starting to rise, and that's the head coach.
Absolutely. And when's it going to go down? When they stop fumbling?
When they stop fumbling and after he's assessed the game film, and only if they manage to win the game.
Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. They've got the ball in a great spot here, already inside the red zone following that fumble recovery. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Lock at the man in motion. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. And his pass incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion for him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Throwing is Smith. It's complete to Lockett. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to make it 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield.
The kick by Carlson is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16 to 10. So golden field position there squandered as they can muster only a field goal.
Yeah, you were gifted a 1st and goal situation, but I have to give credit to the defense. They were brought out in a really tough situation, so give them credit for holding them to 3. That's a pretty nice accomplishment.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away.
Good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
34-yard line.
Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at the 34. First carry now for David Montgomery. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
1st and 10.
But if you want more carries, I think we saw how you get him. Showed that he's got the fresh legs, and he picked up the 1st down on that run. Don't just ask for him. Show him that you're supposed to get the football.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. So from the 37, here's 2nd and a yard. A shotgun snap for Goff. And he loses the football a 2nd time. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that sleeve on the ball right now. Was that 3 drives?
Yep.
3 fumbles?
3 fumbles.
It's time to change our luck some way, somehow. Focus, concentration, you'll hear those words on the bench in a big way right now.
No better. When I got rich, bro coming slow, 6 racks on a sweater. Think I'm cheating, I'm just chilling with the fellas. Grandma always told me never trust me. Space 60 racks on a camouflage belt.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 43. Following the fumble recovery, Smith. This is caught by Tucker. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the play.
1st and 10.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. And I think the ball's out. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. And great effort. And does he get burned for that in film? He fought through some tackles. End result, though, a fumble.
It's going to be one of those situations where he'll get yelled at about the fumble, but at the same time get a check mark for the extra effort. And so it's one of those tough, tricky things for coaches. You don't want to coach it out of them so much that you take away the effort. You just want them to be conscious of taking care of the football.
But Jahmyr Gibbs and the Lions offense getting set once again. And this has been a game of contrast somewhat. As you see, he's had success moving the ball on the ground. That fumble on the last drive, though, that's now 2 that he's lost in this game.
And that's where it really hurts. It makes things difficult on a coach because you mentioned the success he's having, yet if he keeps turning it over, it negates all of that success. Take care of the football, and he's headed for a big game.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some space here. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 110 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
It's a gain of 7.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage. And we're still in the second quarter.
Going back to Gibbs on first down. Oh, my goodness, he loses it again. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. Gibbs straight ahead. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
This is a nice display of belief and faith right here because he just fumbled on the previous drive and it led to a field goal. They definitely want him to have a short memory, and they believe he has one. So they put him right back in the fire early in the next drive.
Gone. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Those are the ones you dream of as defenders. I think if he gets eyes on the ball a little bit earlier, he might come away with it. Instead, it's going to wind up as just an incomplete pass.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll try and run for it. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He's been tough for this defense to handle, over 100 yards. You kind of knew that they were going to him on that play, didn't you?
They certainly did. That's one of those situations where you simply say, my best runner over my best blockers, let's go ahead and pick it up. And I don't care if they know it on the other side. Here we come, and they got it done.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
In need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. They'll fake the give. Now gone. And he'll go down at the 28. Off to St. Brown for the Detroit first down.
3 yards. That's another Detroit Lions first down. A gain of 3 on the play. First down, Lions.
Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Part of their strong running plays and then their plays where they simply outclassed the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
That's complete right side. It's to Slaw. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9.
It's a pickup of 3.
Just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away.
At the 9-yard line.
And that'll bring up second down. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Lions have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead. So his strong first half continues as he finds the end zone here for the second time.
And definitely good blocking at the point of attack, and you just have to love watching the way you can create space down near the goal line, and he's able to take it into the end zone.
They'll going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Extra point right down the middle. And with it, his guys take the lead here by a point.
Raiders 16.
Now as they line up and kick this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. Charles, you got to think the number one goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
He'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Now Gino. 20. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Brock Bowers, 49 yards. And the Raiders have yet again retaken the lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 6-point game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Oh, good return up past the 30. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42. Great return. The Lions offense and Jahmyr Gibbs headed back onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of. But so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action. Now's the time to take a shot. But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kissed it on the ground.
Goff. That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up 3rd.
It's now 3rd down.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll let this go deep for St. Brown. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
On 4th down, Jack Fox on to punt for Detroit. shifts by him at the 25. 8 yards on the return following a punt of 41. And it'll be Raiders football, 1st and 10. The Raiders offense and Geno Smith headed back out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Problems there on the option and a costly turnover.
Yeah, partner, you know we watch practice sometimes and we see those drills where the quarterback's running with the football. And they're swinging pads at him, and the brooms are out, and they're trying to poke at the football for ball security. I have a feeling next week there'll be an extra session of that each and every day.
And Detroit getting set to go now. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. 153 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Goff now to throw. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. So he'll be stopped here for no gain. And it's going to bring up 2nd down.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. 2nd and 10. Here's Goff. He's got the tight end Fertzer right side complete. On the gain of 3 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. Now it's Goff. And in for the Lions touchdown. Jamison Williams hauling that one in from Jared Goff. And the Lions are an extra point away from moving out in front in the final minute of the half. These two teams in this first half, it's been fun. Back and forth, back and forth. Well, it's not fun for the defensive coordinators, but offensive coordinators are enjoying it.
Yeah, they're having streaks here, aren't they? Being able to put scores together and really bunch them up, and we have a tight game here. You know, we often talk about having the right shoes for the right turf. Today is track shoes, because that's what we've seen with these offenses.
Yeah, it's been an absolute track meet so far, and fun to watch. Point after, right down the middle. And that will give them the lead here as we get on towards halftime. 23. Now as they line up and kick this one away. Shoves him aside. A solid return, pretty good field position. Start at the 32. The Raiders offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers.
Cause the dog blood's thicker than water. We done been through the mud and we quicker to slaughter. The bigger the order, the more we run out. And up to there, everybody come out. Everybody run out.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. With this slim deficit closing in on the end of the first half, we'll see if they can move this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 out of this drive. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 30 seconds remaining in this first half. Second down and 8. To throw is Smith. They'll try and set up the screen to Genty. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a first down as well.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
From the gun, here's Smith. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
To the air again, Smith. Throw left side complete. That's Tucker. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Another nice play there. They've gotten down into the red zone in no time at all. That's what this offense can do when they get on a roll. And now they're set up with a 1st and 10.
Throwing now is Geno. Now he's going to step up and run. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Recovered by the Lions.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink in this situation. Either side of the ball, just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. So a tight one so far, 1-point game at the break as we check in with Scott Hansen at our halftime report. Scott.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome into the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you on an abridged halftime report. Good competitive first half. This game kind of has a punch-counter-punch feel to it, as reflected on the scoreboard. Tight game going into the second half. Can either team pull away? To find out, let's go back to the stadium and our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Scott, great work as always. We'll see what the second half brings here.
Somebody got to do it, I mean, somebody got to do it, I can watch him do it.
It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Once again, it's Genty. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play. Carryover from the first half. That defensive line continues to control the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, they're actually playing the game in the offense's backfield. They're taking those offensive linemen and pushing them back towards the quarterback and towards the runners. I still don't think, though, that you abandon the running game totally, because if you do, you're asking for a lot more hits on your QB.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down. Going to need a crafty play call here. 14 yards is what they need to try to convert this thing. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And fourth down now coming up.
I like what they tried to do there. Tried to hit him with something quick, get the ball in his hands, and hope he can make some yards after the catch and pick up a first down. Weren't able to do so on that play.
Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fair catch called for right around the 11-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 12-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Able to push his way through. Brought down around the 16 or 17. Had a nice move, but couldn't free much space. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that will bring up second down. On the give, here's Gibbs. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
Goff now looks to throw. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And the Raiders pick it up. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. So turnovers charge, you figure, will be key in the second half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the second half of a tight football game. Now you've got to believe what the coaches are saying and take care of that football.
So out come the Raiders. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
You know they wanted, you know they expected. They needed him to be sharp coming out after the half. Unfortunately, he's missed his first 3 throws. I wonder if he got out late and missed his warm-up time.
The whole team did come out a little bit later than usual. I don't know, maybe there's something to that.
Must have been a heck of a halftime speech.
Yeah, maybe just trying to rally the troops back from this deficit. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Dante Thornton from 21 yards away. And the Raiders have retaken a third-quarter lead. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball, because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for two.
The Raiders will line up for the two-point conversion.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to make it to the goal line. So the defense holds, and this remains a 5-point game.
I have to admit, I love the excitement of a two-point try. You know, to see what's going to happen, and it happens pretty quickly, doesn't it? You get an answer, and in this case, it was unsuccessful for the guys trying it.
Completely unrelated. I just realized that I stole both of your pins in this last half of the game. My bad, partner.
Hey, that's okay. Well, and just in the time they went for two.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Gets around him. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Off play action. Here's Goff. That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he goes out right around the 39. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
They hand off to their big tight end. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
Running the ball served them well all game long, and there's another example as they pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
To Williams on a jet sweep. Trying to find a lane, but instead he gets back to the line of scrimmage. And no movement. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Hand off now to Gibbs. And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
3rd down at 6. Here's Goff. To the left side, he finds Tesla. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. And Gibbs has it. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 17-yard line. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 17-yard line.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
So from the 17 now, here's a first and 10. Out of the gun, Goff. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback, so that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Now back to the ground. Here's Gibbs. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
Here comes 3rd down and 7. To throw is Goff. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Isaac to Slaw. A 14-yard touchdown. And the Lions have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. Those are the touchdowns that aren't just scored on Sundays or on Monday night. Those are the ones that are scored during the week because they had that preparation in a great route run.
Oh, I love that observation because you don't just roll out on game day and say, okay, go run this route and let's get it done. That means exactly what you said. The practice had to occur beforehand, which led to the timing, which led to the touchdown.
Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for 2 here.
The Lions will set up for the 2-point conversion.
Goff looking to throw. And he'll get into the end zone to push the lead up to a field goal.
32. Raiders 29.
So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, and that's really good strategy because that's all you care about, not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The home team's offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. Set to begin the drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they haven't had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
They run the option on second down. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And the Lions have recovered. He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
Time for another look at this Lions offense. It's a quick turnaround for them after the turnover, but the way they moved it on their last drive, they're probably eager to get right back at it.
And you know me and you know my tendencies in this situation. What do I want right now?
Be aggressive.
Be aggressive. Take your shot right here.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. He finds some way to turn this into positive yardage as he struggles forward for a pickup of about 2.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
From the 35, here's a 2nd and 8. Here's Goff. Around he caught. It's St. Brown. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 75 yards receiving for him now. And it's a 1st down.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
1st down. Here's the run to Montgomery. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And effective running here. They'll take it down inside the 10. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running plan 1st down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery, an 8-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are able to add on to that lead. That almost looked too easy, and I think thanks goes to the offensive line for making it look easy.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one. I'm not sure how much everyone understands the preparations that go into a game for an offensive line, because there's a reason that running backs and quarterbacks give them big gifts at the end of a season after a big year. The consistency and the continuity it takes to know each other and execute their blocks is pretty impressive.
Extra point splits the uprights. His guys will take a 10-point lead.
Raiders 29.
So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Able to slither by. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Right now, they're in a bit of a tough spot here, CD. Trailing by double digits. Remember the last time out, they fumbled. They're going to have to play some clean football here on this possession.
And all the talk on their sideline has been about taking care of the football, making sure that they're handling the ball correctly. So you know they'll be squeezing the rock pretty tight here. They just have to be careful not to go so hard at doing that they actually cause themselves other problems. Take care of the ball, but still try and play free and natural.
I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain.
The Raider 1st down. 1st and 10 at the
Fast, slow,
41-yard line.
it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
Now a play fake, and it's Smith. And that is incomplete. Well, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Smith, an incomplete pass on first down. Now it's 2nd and 10. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out, and a 5-yard penalty. Of course, that flag accepted, and it backs the ball up 5 yards.
Still second down.
So after the penalty, heading in the wrong direction, 2nd and 15. Geno now to throw. They'll lock it with a grab over the middle. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 3rd down, here's Genty. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
But these guys got to chop into that deficit. They're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Las Vegas. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. To Montgomery to begin the drive. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure you're back. You spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Back to Montgomery on second down. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do, and right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And the Lions first down. It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Lions first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 67 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 47. Gone. Well, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
third quarter from Southern Nevada. Here's a 2nd and 10. Goff now looking to throw. Had his hands on it, but dropped it. The rookie making a little bit of a rookie mistake. 3rd down.
It looked like they had something there, but I think that he was thinking about running with the football before he actually hauled it in, and that led to a big drop.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Now Goff. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on to kick it away. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The Raiders offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Now Gino. Over the middle, he's got Thornton. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Here's Smith. It's caught. Lockett. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Gino going to hand it to Genty. Powering his way forward. And he will finally be wrestled down at the Lions' 27-yard line.
45 yards. That's good from Las Vegas. First down.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now in Las Vegas. Welcome back, everybody. It's Raider football here, but they're on the short side of the scoreboard right now as we begin the 4th. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 27. Thornton, the motion man right. Here's Smith. This is caught by Tucker. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Chewing up big yardage. And now following that last play, I do believe we're going to get a review here. Yes, indeed, the red flag is out.
Previous play is under review.
Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now Smith. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
This is certainly a team that has proven it likes to target its backs through the air and defensively. They were aware of that and certainly were prepared on that throw.
They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. A run straight ahead with Genty. They stopped short. Down at the run. Had the great move, but couldn't get it all the way home. 79 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
Man, not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Raiders go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points.
And this is something right out of the Philadelphia playbook. They were successful running this with Jalen Hurts. But this is a copycat league, so if it works for them, everyone thinks it'll probably work for us. And here, it does.
Carlson on for the PAT. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it was capped off by the quarterback sneak for 6. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. Looking to put a drive together. He'll begin by dropping it off to Montgomery. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now, they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
2nd down and 4. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now it's gone. He's got his tight end over the middle. That's Ferkser. So the completion gets him just a yard. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Now Goff. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Lions first down, I do believe. Yes, he's got it by about a yard there on 3rd and 3.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
It's so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here down late. Tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or a takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from him.
He had to fight that time. Ran through 1 tackle, but ultimately he's only going to get back to the line of scrimmage.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here now, 2nd and 9 from the 39-yard line. kick off now to throw. And that'll be caught by St. Brown. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 43.
It's a
gain of 18 and a new set of downs.
First down. A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Lions.
Of course, the catch was nice, but how about what happened after? Able to stay on his feet and gain all that additional yardage. So many of these slot guys, I think, have running back in their background.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. In that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offense.
Oh, no, he lost the football. And it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden, they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the 4th, a costly turnover. The Raiders offense ready to go. What a big 4th quarter fumble recovery a moment ago, and now they are set up with a chance to take the lead. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground with Genty. Fights through it. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the running and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Here's a toss to Genty, headed right. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game.
I know they've got to be careful not to go to the well too often, but it's a fine line, isn't it? Because sometimes, if you've got success, you want to just keep pounding away.
But no success there. They rallied quickly on the defensive end. Throwing now is Geno. Here's Tucker, complete on the right side. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 35 before going out. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
I got it. Banjo.
Now Smith. Looking for Rocket, and he's got him working his way free across the middle. Yeah, good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That's another Las Vegas first down.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner. Watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Play action. It's Smith. And that nearly picked off. It would have been a great time for their first interception of the game. Instead, it's second down.
It certainly looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now it's Smith. That's into the hands of his tight end, Bowers. And pull it down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
And they'll try the option on first and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Geno Smith keeping it himself from 7 yards out. And the Raiders have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
There it is, partner. You see it. 4 fingers. What does that mean?
Fingers. That signifies the fourth quarter's here.
That's right. Who's going to dominate? Usually both teams are holding them up. We own the fourth quarter, what we found out so far. 2 touchdowns here, and now they've taken the lead.
Yeah, second one putting them in front. You know what I see on the other sideline, though? It seems like they've tensed up, had that lead. They were playing not to lose it, and they've lost it.
That's a great observation. When you play not to lose, you usually don't win.
Now, though, they'll have the opportunity to respond. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And not much happening on the return as they get this to about the 23. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Goff and this Lions offense set for a 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Off play action. Here's Goff. There'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 24-yard line.
Here's Goff. We'll go right back to St. Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
First down. A 28-yard gain. And the Lions first
Just more of the same here. It's back-to-back catches for him to start the drive. They looked his way quite a bit, and with good reason, as this duo picks up yet another first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Here's Goff. And that's hauled in by St. Brown over the middle. That's good. A completion there for 7 yards. And it's second down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
From the 41, here's 2nd and 3. They'll fake the handoff. Now Goff. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
And it is caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 24-yard line. They give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains.
It's a gain of 17
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because at this point, it can't be a surprise to anyone in the building who's going to get the ball. They just keep feeding him over and over, and he just keeps on delivering.
They'll try to run wide side with Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did. And remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Delayed give there out of the gun. Defense was ready.
And I'm not a big fan of a draw play out of the shotgun formation because the quarterback's not having much action where he's getting away from the line of scrimmage. He's catching the football, making a little head fake, and then handing it off. You should be able to read it as they did there.
Jared Goff to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And the Lions answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead. But plenty of scoring here of late, and our lead changes hands now in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, they just gave up a touchdown the other end, so they knew that with time getting short, they had to put something together here. And they were able to do so and retake the lead right back.
Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the end result, a Detroit touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. A beautiful fake. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. Now a tip of the cap to the man under center, Charles. He just went over 400 yards passing in this ball game. He's got the touchdown passes to boot, taking pretty good care of the ball. Just all around a really solid performance.
Yeah, just check, and check, right? Because he certainly showed he was worthy of the trust that his team put in him. A handful of touchdowns to his credit thus far. Now he's just crossing off yardage milestones and win or lose. His name has to be in serious discussion for player of the game.
Smith, an incomplete pass on 1st down. Now it's 2nd and 10. Geno now to throw. Left side complete to Lockett. They get 6. That'll leave him with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
To throw is Smith. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions 37.
Las Vegas, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Charles, he's now over 400 yards passing in this one. It feels like he has a zillion completions. Just a very memorable effort from a guy that we thought could be in line for a big game, and he has exceeded our expectation.
That he has, and I'm not really surprised at all because when you look at this offensive unit, they're loaded across the board. And, of course, the guy throwing them, he's a big-time player himself. They brought him from start to finish and really helped get the better of the opposing secondary.
Here's a 2nd and 8. Now Gino. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Now, they couldn't get anything going there out on the right side of the flat on the swing pass.
And didn't we have a discussion with their staff about wanting to get the backs more involved in the passing game? Huge emphasis for this game, but obviously the defense had other plans and really made a nice play.
Smith. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 15-yard line. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. On first down, it's Genty pushing through the contact. A second nice move. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Ashton Genty with his second touchdown of the afternoon, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. You talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone. He's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it was finished by the touchdown run from the 15. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's Goff and the Lions. Down by 4. A minute 51 on the clock. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. Now Goff. And now look at this. Big game, fumble. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll bring this one back to the 29.
Well, that simply is a missed opportunity. They're in position. If they take the ball downfield and score, they got a chance to win the game. Instead, they cough it up. I don't think next week in practice is going to be a whole lot of fun for him.
On the other side, no bigger time to force a turnover when you've got that small lead.
Yeah, and when you look at it from the offense's perspective, taking care of the ball is so important. I know they're going to have all kind of ball security drills in practice all next week.
Two hands on the football here as they run on first down. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
I like it. I like the call. Still an opportunity to run the football and chew up a little more time off the clock.
So they come up on second down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. Now it's Smith. Tucker hauls it in over the middle. The Lions quickly now. Last of their timeouts as they get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
First down. First down and goal to go.
would probably put this thing in the books. It's 2nd and 1. Genty looking for a signal, but none forthcoming. They stopped him shy of the goal line.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Raiders. Wow. I mean, it looked like Detroit was going to take this one, but then, yeah, it was a close one all the way through. I'm not going to lie. This was actually much more impressive than the game we had last week with the Bucs and the Vikings, but the Las Vegas Raiders pulling off the upset to end all upsets. They move on to the Elite Eight against the Detroit Lions by winning 50-46 in a game that had pretty much a lot of the same things we had in the last game. A lot of turnovers, a lot of big plays. I mean, I'm still baffled the Raiders won this one. But nevertheless, that's exactly what happened. The Raiders beat the Detroit Lions, who collapsed a lead and ended up in the situation that they're in. I'm still baffled by this, but nevertheless, the Raiders moving on to the Elite Eight, the first of 8 teams moving on. They will face the winner of the Saints and Chiefs game that's going to be played later tonight. The winner of that game will host that game, as you see the final score. This one, 50-46. Jared Goff with 3 touchdowns. Geno Smith had a pretty good day with 3 touchdowns. But, yeah, imagine if he was like this in real life, honestly. But Ashton Genty had a big day. You see some of the highlights, the stats right there. Amon-Ra St. Brown had a big day, 170 yards on the ground. But again, kind of like with the last game, the turnovers were staggering. I mean, 4 turnovers for the Lions. That was the difference maker in this one here. So there you go. The final score, 50-46. So stick around for the second of our triple header today between the Bucs and the Jets, which is coming up next. The following has been a presentation of the Reviewing Network Sports.